Trey, who would you say is on the hottest seat on your list? And we'll end it after that.
Yeah, for me, I think it's Steve Keim with the Cardinals. It is, first of all, that's another organization that I think just under the surface is bubbling, right? It's pretty unsettled. We know that Cliff Kingsbury's seat is definitely not safe as a head coach. We know that they had an incident in Mexico City where they had to send a coach home right away, and
fire him.
Yeah, and fire him and then send him home, right? And I think
that's how crazy the NFL is, by the way. I completely forgot about that because of how many things have happened.
There's so many of these stories in between.
That's why they win.
And I think part of the reason that it happened so suddenly was to avoid a diplomatic incident. I think if that had happened locally, we may not have even heard about it, much less something that dramatic happening. But either way, there is a lot, it seems like, that's just happening. And like you said earlier, they bring in Marquise Brown. I understand the decision. It's not really a great fit, it seems like. But I mean, you say, hey, draft a receiver. Look at the receivers that he's drafted. I like Rondale Moore, but that's where we're at, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. So, they can manage to convince Bill O'Brien to give them DeAndre Hopkins for gum and a tackling dummy. So,
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right. And look, I also got to preface this. I know Steve. I talked to Steve. I've known him since he was in the Steelers organization. He's a friend of mine. But yeah, you decided to go hire Cliff Kingsbury, who had a losing record in college, because you wanted Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
And right now, neither one of those choices look like franchise builder.
Do you agree that Keim his seat is the hottest, or is there another GM that you think might have a hotter seat? And again, to be clear, Trey, you're always great about saying this. I'll say it for all of us. We are not advocating for people to lose their jobs. Right. We are simply reading the temperature in the room right now.
I think it's pretty hot for Steve. I would also say, unfortunately, it's probably hot for Tom Telesco. If they don't get it done, they have a franchise quarterback on a rookie contract, right? They have franchise contract. They've won. I don't think anybody in the league doesn't look at Justin Herbert as not only a franchise quarterback but a top 5 quarterback at worst in the NFL, and he's on a rookie contract. And they tried to see the Jackson thing and the Khalil Mack thing, and that hasn't really worked out. They have Eckler and they have Williams sometimes when he's healthy, and they have Keenan Allen sometimes when he's healthy. But, I love Tom Telesco, and a friend of mine, real good friend of mine.
Great half-forgotten history episode, by the way.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I just think if we're being honest about it, if Brandon Staley falls short because of some of the way he decides to call the games, then that was Tom's call. So I think Steve and Tom are it's pretty warm.